As mini-me. Hey YouTube viewers, welcome to Big Bill's Catastrophe Railroad, aka South Brooklyn Railroad. Here we are on a Sunday afternoon, and it's a sunny, cold, windy day. Great day to do model railroading indoors. Well, we finished up the construction of the model railroading of the layout. The wall is up, the homicide is screwed down, the plywood is screwed down. Everything's in place. We've got a few touch-ups to do, but basically we are all done with the construction of the layout. Next phase is track laying, and we're waiting on that. We went a little overboard on the budget of the lumber, which happens, so we have to wait on the track. But anyway, on most construction sites, when they finish out, they top off with a flag. So we have a flag that we topped off with here for the wall, and that's the wall. And I want to give a big shout out to Chuck Baker. Chuck, I did what you said. I put the tees, cross tees in there, so we would have no warping in that with the masonite. That was a great idea, and thank you very much for that. I do appreciate it. A few shout outs I want to give is first to Bill, the track planner. Great track plan. Great guy. Great all around, just just supercharged guy. Whenever I had a question, no problem calling him up and asking him, emailing him. And no matter how ridiculous I thought the question was, he was a gentleman, an absolute scholar in this stuff. And he just worked with me, and he worked with Darren, who helped build this and putting it together. So thank you, Bill, very much for a beautiful track plan and for your expertise and for your friendship. It's greatly appreciated. And the second shout out goes to my good buddy Darren Brady. Without Darren, this railroad would not be up. The construction would not be up. It had been up to me, we would have still had a pile of lumber, or I would have cut so much lumber, I would have had to go back and buy more lumber. But Darren's expertise and mechanical ability truly helped put this layout together. And without him, I don't think it could have been done. Thanks for pushing me, Darren. Thanks for getting it up. He would come, he said, "This is what we got to do," boom, and we did it. And I thank him very much for that. It was greatly appreciated, and I greatly appreciate your friendship, and you know what I'm talking about. And I also want to thank all you YouTube model builders out there who subscribe to my channel, and who have made comments in the process of all the videos I've made, but especially in this build. I want to thank you very much for your input and for your support and for your encouragement. Because without you, this doesn't get done. I mean, it does, but it's a lot more fun when you're along for the ride. So I do appreciate you guys out there, and I do appreciate your comments. And I know that when you comment, most of you guys always say at the end of the comments, "Well, Bill, this is what I would do." Just saying. I just want you to know that I won't get offended as long as it's constructive criticism. You know, really, I mean, if it's constructive criticism and it's to help, I'm all ears. Tell me. You know, Chuck Baker mentioned, whatever call it in here, my good friend Dennis from up in Alberta, Canada, he mentioned a few things about anchoring the wall and putting a few things in, and your suggestions are spot on, so keep it coming. I'm still working on the closet. I got it down to a couple of structures, but we're still working on it, and I thank you. But I want to thank you very much for all your input and everything that you've done. And finally, I'd like to give a shout out to a guy who's doing a YouTube channel. His name is Ray Bobel, and his railroad is called Beauville and Newtown. Obviously a play on his last name, Beauville and Newtown. He does a video blog, and he's a model railroader, and I watched this video today, and a very enthusiastic, positive, insightful man. And I suggest you guys go look him up, because he's got a lot to offer, And he's starting out his YouTube model building, YouTube video thing, and he could use your support. So his name is Ray Bobel, and his railroad is called Beauville and Newtown. And apparently it's an actual railroad. And but go check him out. And once again, as my lovely wife pans the wall, it's up and done and And thank you again for all your suggestions and more suggestions as we go forward with this build. Just waiting to get the track, and then we're going to go. So with that said, I thank you. Take care. God bless. And I'll see you guys on the radio.